Allô?
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Que je voulais juste te dire.
Oui, je voulais juste te dire que je t'aime.
Quand t'as perdu un deal ou quoi?
Our parents sacrifice literally everything so that we can have the best possible chance to succeed in this world. Yet, as we get older and time goes on, those sacrifices are often neglected. That causes a lack of communication between parents and kids and often strains the relationship, ruins our perception of love, and causes a lot of unnecessary stress and anxiety. But what if there was a way to change that? What if one phone call could change the entire relationship that you have with your parents? Well, today we're on the streets talking to strangers of all cultures and ages and asking them to call their parents and say, "I love you," to try and answer just that.
What is your relationship with your parents like?
My dad he's just a man that is not very good at like expressing himself. Sometimes it's hard to understand him, even if you know that he means well, but it still sometimes gets to you.
My dad, so like before he wouldn't really show that level of affection with me, but now getting a few I love yous out of him, it's like big time.
Just really wanted to get out of the house, so really didn't speak too much. Maybe saw each other like during Christmas time and like the holidays, but apart from that, like, I think I was super focused on like being a bit more independent.
In a way, I kind of feel embarrassed that I'm still living with them. I know it's like a Western culture. Once they're like a legal age, they should be like moving out and live independently.
But Filipino culture is different?
Yeah, Filipino culture is different.
Well, with my mother, we just like friends. But with my father, it's very typically a Chinese parent relationship. He's very serious. Sometimes you feel a little pressure with him.
It's kind of like one of those things where you always have a bit of friction and you're a bit annoyed. Definitely like during uni, we really didn't talk too much.
Do you wish that your dad said "I love you" to you more?
Yeah, but if he said, I will feel a little embarrassed.
Really?
Because I never heard this from his mouth.
Oh, wow. Has he heard it from you?
Maybe when I was a kid.
I'm a guy who always had big dreams, and they've been here to support me since the beginning, so I really love them.
Do you show affection to them?
Yes, definitely. I used to not. Perhaps it was just I wasn't comfortable being that vulnerable with my parents.
Do they show affection to you?
Yeah, my dad actually more than my mom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
So your dad shows affection to you, but also bad at communicating?
surprisingly bad. He just starts saying that, do you have a secret you didn't tell me? Or like, what's your life goal? And he would ask some weird questions there.
In African homes, like we don't really say "I love you" like all the time. I'll say that I show them that I love you instead of saying "I love you."
Especially for my dad as a North African man, like he's put in that effort to show the emotion and everything, so I really appreciated that. That's why I say the pressure comes more from me, like to give them back what they gave me.
My mom works really hard too, so like even though a lot of times I'll be stressed, someone has to tell her she's doing a good job, someone has to remind her that she's doing everything she can. So I guess that kind of affection. Just tell my mom like she's a goat. We have like this kind of distant relationship, but like we know we love each other, but we don't say it. We don't show it. It's just part of my culture.
That's normal?
Yeah, in Algeria, you say "I love you" through your actions. Just like making coffee in the morning. Just like the simple gestures, they mean a lot to us.
Do you think that therapy can help us deal with these maybe lack of relationships that we have with our parents?
Absolutely. I think therapy is a great tool. Even if you're not in a point in your life where you feel like you need help, I think it's just someone willing to listen to you and spit back what you're giving to them, and the perspective changes.
Have you heard of BetterHelp?
Yes, actually, I have. I've done a trial for it, I think, for a few days. I remember that it has an online messaging version of it. You can like chat with someone on your phone. You don't even have to do a call, video call, go in person. I remember that there were a lot of options.
So funny enough, BetterHelp is actually the sponsor of today's video. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an incredible mission because finding therapists is typically a very expensive and very difficult thing to do. So if you go on BetterHelp's website, which you can do by clicking the link in the description, it actually becomes very easy to find a therapist. You simply go online, fill out a few questions about yourself, what you're looking for, what you need, and the ideal outcomes that you're hoping to have. And BetterHelp would take that information and match you to a therapist that they think would be most ideal for your situation. And if you don't like that therapist, you can just match to another one. So if you want to get started with BetterHelp, you can actually click the link in this description. And if you use the discount code Sprought, you will get 10% off. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. Last week, I was lying in bed reading an article called The Tail End on the waitbutwhy.com website. And this article is essentially about visually explaining just how short and temporary our lives really are. To put this into perspective, I'm 24 right now, but if I were to live a healthy life and die at 90, that means I have only 66 Christmases left. That also means I only have 66 Super Bowls left. At this rate, I go in the ocean about twice a year. That means if I'm living until 90, I only have about 130 more visits to the ocean in my entire life. The important thing is applying this concept to relationships. I spent about 98% of the days before I turned 21 with my parents. I lived at home, I lived with them, and I always said good morning and good night to them. But after graduating, that hasn't been the same. I've seen my parents for about 1 out of the last 8 months. I'm on track to see them for only 1.5 months this year. Now, let's say I'm lucky enough to have my parents be alive until I turn 50. That means that at this rate, I have about 1,170 days left with them. Sounds like a lot, but if you break it down, that's about 3 years of time with them. And that is only 15% of the total time that I spent with them before turning 21. When you look at that reality, you realize that while you might not be nearing the end of your life, you might be nearing the end of the time that you spend with people that you love the most. So imagine for the other side, for your parents, imagine the people who raised you, who made so many sacrifices to make sure that you could be where you are today. And imagine what just a single call to them could do.
What do you think would happen if you called them randomly and told them that you love them?
They would be surprised.
They'd be surprised?
They'd be surprised. They might be happy, but they would be surprised, actually.
He's gonna think I'm dying.
You're dying?
I will cry.
Oh, yeah? Would you be willing to do that right now?
Why not? I mean, I'll see if they can. I'll see if they pick up.
Oh,
Hey there, Dad. How's it going?
oh, Matt. Hey, how's it going?
Not bad at all, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
not.
hey, happy birthday.
Thank you, Dad. Yeah, I just wanted to call, check in, see how you're doing, and I just wanted to say I love you, and you take
For
care.
sure, yeah, I really appreciate that call. Yeah,
Of course.
but yeah, looking forward to you calling later then.
Yep, absolutely. Love you, Dad.
Yeah, love you, Matt. Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, goodbye.
How's that?
Just, it's hard to get that out of him, and it always was. But now, distance has really improved our relationship amazingly.
Okay.
Allô? Oui, papa, ça va?
Ça va, bébé, comment va?
Oui, tranquille, et toi?
Ça va et toi?
Ok, je voulais juste te dire que je t'aime.
Je t'adore, Habibi.
Bisous.
Et que tu es content?
Là, tranquille.
Séjour d'Azouzienne?
Ouais, ça s'est bien passé.
Ciao.
À tout.
You thought something was wrong?
Yeah, it's a...
They must be sleeping. I hope so.
Would you be willing to leave them a note then?
Yeah, I can do that. I don't know how to say it. It's actually really hard. But like 1 or 2 years ago, I was trying to say it, and then it took me like quite a while to think about what I'm gonna say.
Don't think, just try it.
Okay. Ba, whining.
That's it?
Yeah, it's Chinese is really short. And easy. Yeah.
How does that make you feel? I mean, it's simple, but...
I don't know. Some sort of relief, weirdly relief, I guess. But I don't know. It feels good, certainly good, but not bad. But
Hi, what's up?
hi, I just want to say I love you. You know.
Why all of a sudden you're calling me to
I'm
say
just
that?
I'm just in a good mood. It's sunny. I just want to say I love you. Tivoli.
When I was talking to you earlier, I did say I love you.
I said Tivoli. I love you.
I didn't hear you say Tivoli.
Well, I meant it.
I know. I always know that.
Yeah.
Is somebody with you right now?
No.
Okay, good.
But I just want to say I love you.
I love you too.
Allô, papa?
Allô?
Écoute, papa, je t'appelle pour dire quelque chose.
Oli,
Oui, je voulais juste te dire que je t'aime. Très fort.
je t'aime, حبيبة. أحسن حاجة قلتي لي.
Je t'aime, papa.
Je
Bye bye.
t'aime, حبيبة ديالي, je t'aime.
How did that make you feel?
It was really nice, actually. I really loved it. I don't know if you understood what he said, but he said that was the best thing you could have told me. So that's what he said.
Salut, ça va?
Attends.
Ouais, je voulais juste te dire un petit message comme ça, de manière spontanée.
Ouais.
Je t'aime.
Quand t'as perdu un deal ou quoi?
Ouais.
Je t'aime aussi, Dylan.
Ok, merci.
Quelle mouche t'a piqué?
Non, non, c'était juste, voilà, je voulais te le dire. On se l'est jamais dit, donc faut se le dire une fois dans la vie.
Ah, c'est bon. J'espère que c'est pas la seule fois, la dernière fois.
On verra.
Ok. Je te dois combien, là?
Non, rien, rien.
How did that feel?
Good, good. He, I didn't think he would say it back like as fast. So yeah, it's good, good to hear that.
What would you say to people who are maybe in a situation where they don't express love to their parents and vice versa?
And I think like as you get older, you just really start realizing like, you know, your parents are kind of just figuring stuff out too. It helps to kind of just like let go of some stuff.
One thing I believe is like one conversation can kind of change everything. I know a lot of people, like they're not that fortunate to have the best relationship with their parents because of a lot of circumstances, and a lot of people's parents didn't totally fulfill the role that they should have as a parent. But like one thing I've seen knowing a lot of older people, it's like resentment grows over time when you just don't talk about things for a long time.
And I think the first thing to do if you want to bridge the gap between like you and your parents' love, and if both of you are willing to do that, is to let go of the resentment.
I think you can always repair a relationship with a parent. You know?
Like we'd like to think they did their best, and if they, even if they haven't, for your peace, I think forgiveness is the best thing you could do.
Aim to be good and pray for happiness. If you are good to other people, you will receive good things, and people will be good to you. And even if they're not, you did your job. So if somebody needs to be closer with their parents, just, you know, go toward them, make them coffee, you know, say hello, and try to be good and see what happens.
Would you be willing to do it?
But I will cry on the road.
That's okay. We'll hide you.
And the public.
We'll hide you. We would love if you would do it. That would be the best. And you'd be helping to bridge that gap. Maybe you'd be saying it more.
Meaningful. It's very meaningful. But a little question is now China is
He's sleeping.
Yes.
What if you left him a voice message?
It's a good choice.
Can you do it for us?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a challenge.
That's
but
amazing.
I like it.
Let's do it. Okay.
老爸，我爱你。I love you. It's very strange. I think I can't express my feeling.
But you think it's going to be positive?
Yes, it must be positive because I think we all make efforts to express our feeling, but I get the first step.
Yeah.
I believe he'll make some actions too.
Hey, before you go, we got 2 things that we need you to do. Number 1, subscribe. If you haven't already, we've got 2 channels, this one and a second one where we share our full live interviews. And number 2, head to the link in the description and download our journal prompts. We've summed up every single question that we've asked each stranger in this video and made a whole document for you to be able to answer those questions yourself. Thanks for watching, and as always, it's a mindset. See you next week.